So first and foremost, when it comes to woodworking, it's most important for a novice to understand what's going on with the wood. It could be warped, which includes a cup, a bow, or a twist, which is a cup and a bow combined. There could also be other things within the wood, such as knots or cracks, which makes it very difficult to work. Cracks and knots are the only defects that really have an impact on the projects that I've been completing so far. When I began working with wood in construction, I never really paid much attention to the possible defects, except for boards that were bowed. I began learning about all of that stuff this year when I began doing very precise projects. Something that I really struggled with at first but came to love was working on the lathe. I really struggled with it at first because I didn't understand the wood that I was working with. I didn't understand the grain or anything like that. So I kept blowing out chunks and having to start over. It got really tiring. I kind of gave up for a little bit and then gave it another shot. Turned out a lot better. I got the hang of it more. Before coming up to college, I'd only done large-scale construction like building sheds or like building foundations for houses. I've never worked on anything really fine and detailed like chairs, like chair legs, stuff like that. It's really interesting, everything you learn. The thing that gave me the biggest problem with the precision aspect was knowing which way the grain flows in the wood, because that really determines the fate of your project. If you're trying to do something really fine to it and go against the grain the wrong way, you have a very high chance of just ripping out a whole chunk of wood and ruining the whole thing. That happened to me a lot actually, which was very frustrating, but I finally got the hang of it. And once I stopped becoming frustrated with it, it actually became sort of meditative for me. Just something about sitting there shaving off the finest layers of wood you possibly can while still being able to see what you're taking off. There's something that's very satisfying about it. I just get lost in the work. If anyone has ever taken a ceramics class, it is very similar to the feeling of spinning on a wheel. Just being able to shape exactly what you want, very carefully, but at the same time forcefully. It's a nice balance. There's a nice balance you have to find. Interested in woodworking, and my passion for that just keeps growing with every new thing that I learn, every new field of woodworking that I'm introduced to. My mind just keeps getting blown, and I just keep learning more and more about everything on the topic in general, and it keeps blowing my mind. I love it, and I don't think I'll ever stop.